Hi, I'm Anthony Annaletta with Sonny's The Car Wash Factory, and today we're visiting Zips Express Car Wash for a big picture look at their recent update, codename Zips Me 2.0. Zips are an opportunity to significantly boost revenue, increase average ticket, and grow memberships by upgrading equipment and chemicals to deliver cleaner, drier, and shinier vehicles more consistently across all their locations. They also decided to simultaneously change all signs, menus, wash packages, and branding to elevate customer experience and reduce membership churn. In the midst of installing all new equipment, signs, and chemistry, they also decided to retrain staff and uplift the quality and increase customer service. For any single car wash, this would have been a huge challenge. Yet the management team at Zips Express Car Wash, together with Sonny's Car Wash Services, the signage team, the chemistry, and the college, they accomplished this massive overhaul of over 200 locations in under 8 months. I'm here today with Zips Express Senior Vice President of Corporate Development, David Miller, to look at how they launched and executed Operation Zips Me 2.0. Hey, thanks for coming out and meeting with us and talking a little bit about Zips 2.0.
Nice to meet you, Anthony.
Same here. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about the Zips 2.0.
Yes.
And we really want to know a little bit more about what was Zips 1.0.
Yes. So we branded it Zips 1.0. That was our first initiative. Like I talked about, we had a lot of legacy pricing, a lot of different packages across the country that as we migrated over to one standard, we thought that it would be best to do that from a Zips 1.0 standpoint. So what we did is we made a conscious effort to go into all of our sites, make our branding consistent, make our pricing consistent, but also same time in selective sites do some retrofits and also some selective equipment upgrades. And that was deemed Zips 1.0 about 3 years ago.
After that gets done, what's the vision for 2.0?
Yes, so 2.0 really started off by, we looked at actually consolidating our chemistry vendors into one strategic partner. And from that we said, well, why stop there? Let's actually look at in changing the entire customer experience inside the tunnel, which we call Zips Me 2.0.
And it seems to be amazing. I know I've seen some other pictures and videos. It wasn't just equipment and signs and that stuff. There was some cleaning. There was a lot of freshening up to get everything to a real standard. And then start building from there. Absolutely.
Yeah, so we went through really a 5-stage process. The first is that we ran what I would call a request for proposal or a chemical RFP, consulting all 4 of our vendors. So there's a chemistry conversion. There's also removing a lot of the old signage, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but the deinstallation or the removal of legacy signs, but also then upgrading and installing our new signage, which is a consistency across all of our sites. And then changing over to new pricing and new packages that the customers really love. And then lastly is that deep cleaning we talked about, hiring professional power wash vendors that crisscross the country and visit all of our sites.
With all that being planned out and put on paper, what was the timeline to get started? And what was the expected time to complete the task?
Well, like I said, the whole impetus was, first of all, the chemical conversions. We had all 4 of our vendors were, those contracts were coming up last spring, and that was really motivated us to then run that RFP the fall before in 2022. By doing so, though, we then realized that if we wanted to get all this done, and Sonny's, we became our partners in this. We then chose Sonny's and really Diamond Shine as our chemical vendor partner and strategic partner, but at the same time, working with Sonny's, we plan to then start in May, and we also want to finish by the end of Q3 so we could have clean financials for Q4. So really in a span of 6 months, we touched almost every single site across the portfolio.
And what kind of service did you add? Did you add some services to the lineup?
Well, so today, we offer both free vacuums as well as complimentary towels and then spray bottles. We also offer different packages that we offer graphene. So graphene is a great new product that actually customers love. It's a real discernible difference on the vehicle surfaces. We also had ceramic, but at the same time, creating that consistency in our product portfolio from one branded vendor was something that we really wanted to accomplish.
Yeah, that's just, it takes a lot of work to do that.
It does, thank you.
So how'd you go about scheduling the installation of the signage, the removal of the signage, the adding of the chemistry, the back room support equipment? How did you put all that together, and what kind of team did you need?
Well, it's a great question. We had a monumental effort between both our cross-functional teams here at Zips, but also working with Sonny's, working with Diamond Shine, working with Mr. Foamer. All those cross-functional teams came together. We had a great logistical plan where we actually went district by district, and it wasn't just by geography, but it was actually by how those districts were performing. So we would visit one district, then go to another district, and that's where Sonny's was really able to marshal the resources to bring in all the distributor networks that Sonny's has, all of the contacts, and all of those crews came in to schedule on a district-by-district basis both the deinstallation of our old legacy signs, but also installing the new signs and converting on the new pricing and chemistry at the same time. So it was quite the undertaking.
And a little bit of a challenge because it's all the signs you bought. There's different pay stations, different controllers, different. Yes. Everybody's got to be a little specialist in their tasks. Right?
Yep. So we had our challenges there. We have no two car washes are really the same. From an operator standpoint, we had different back rooms. We had different types of whether it was hydrominders or whether it was a Hydroflex HFI board or anything else in the back. We had to adapt to that. And again, Sonny's came in very prepared. They were actually experts in coming in, making sure they could adapt whatever we had in those equipment back rooms then to deliver the same consistent package out to our customers in the tunnel.
Bob would really hammer me if I didn't ask this question, but I know I saw the uniforms and the shirts throughout the factory in Florida when I was down there. Yes. But I talked to Bob, and we trained a lot of your employees at the different facilities that we have in Phoenix and here.
And again, that was all part of the comprehensive solution and why we chose both Sonny's, Diamond Shine, and Mr. Foamer was actually the training, the education, the instructions that and the classes and the coursework that all of our employees, our site managers and our what we call area field managers, AFMs, could go through those courses both in Florida as well as in Arizona. It was just fantastic. They came away with rave reviews. They loved the coursework. At the same time, it raised the bar for us to then have a new baseline of understanding of what it takes to run a tunnel. And for those purposes, we couldn't be happier with the training.
That's a very insightful for you guys to consider doing that, because doing all that work without having the right people here to follow through,
correct,
it's not sustainable.
Absolutely, Anthony. At the same time, it's a continuous effort. I mean, we have people come and people go, but at the same time, we want to be able to train our folks not only in that baseline, but also then take them to the next level of coursework at the Sonny's College. And so we couldn't be happier with the results.
That's fantastic. That's the right use of the school college program for sure. Talk a little bit about the menu pricing and how you came up with the prices that you have, whether it's the base wash at what it is today and,
yes.
and the top
so for us, we really looked at how our car wash packages were structured across the country with all the different operators and different sites that we had. We consolidated those down to 4 new packages. We also did customer research, and we talked to our customers and found out that they like simpler is better. So we actually changed the naming structure. We went with 4 packages as well as 4 of our unlimited packages. We also offer new things like graphene as well as ceramic. But also by restructuring those packages, we could also surprise and delight our customers with just a great car wash experience overall. And so for those reasons, we didn't miss a beat by then changing the naming of the packages, changing the formulations, but also changing the pricing in some aspects. And our customers responded by, we have our memberships are up. We've got just happy customers from our Google scores, and just our financials are also show that it's been a real hit.
And the memberships sales, did they increase?
Yes. I mean, there are 2 things. I think every car wash operator wants to see their memberships rise, but also at the same time they want to retain members. And so for us, it was really important that we get the chemistry right, we get the formulations right, at the same time deliver a great customer experience is the best way to keep a customer long term and win those plans. So for us, we went through our request for proposal. We had 4 different vendors across the country, including Diamond Shine. That also meant 4 different prices, 4 different product formulations, 4 different service levels across 4 different areas across the country. So it was very complex to manage. And through that RFP process, it quickly became clear to us that, in fact, Diamond Shine and Sonny's was the clear winner in all that. and for the following reasons. First of all is that we chose them for product performance. You have to have a product that performs, and for us, it was Diamond Shine was just right up there at the very top. You also had to have competitive pricing, and of course the pricing was very competitive. Now lastly, what really sold it for us was both the service levels as well as the customer service and after-sales support. The Sonny's teams are out there visiting our sites, or in our tunnels once a month. At the same time, your distribution network and your ability to service us nationwide, from Idaho to Florida, from Virginia to Texas, was really important for us. And so for those reasons, we chose Diamond Shine.
The signage is kind of unique. It's not the big, in-your-face signs, other than the front entrance sign, the confirmation cabinet.
Yep.
So how'd you choose what you did inside the tunnel to confirm to the customer that they're getting their service?
Yeah, a great question. So for us, after we removed the legacy signs that were inconsistent, maybe weren't working, at the same time conveying the wrong brand message, we knew that we had to move to a different sign package. And there were really a number of criteria that we used to actually help us with a new signage strategy. The first is that working with Mr. Foamer, it was just excellent. I mean, they helped us with creative thinking and help us with different designs and prototypes, but we ended up with a new grand entrance arch sign that actually conveyed our top package versus welcoming people to Zips, because they kind of already know that we're here, that they're there. At the same time, actually conveying our top package as well as our membership features and benefits. And at the same time, on the directional signage part, which a lot of grand entrance arch signs have, we pulled that information off and we put it into a separate directional sign. And that actually, by placing it a little bit closer to the loader, actually made it more efficient for the loader to load, but also made it clearer for our customers to be able to see that directional signage. Next, we needed signage inside the tunnel to convey the different product features and benefits that a customers were receiving as they're going through our car washes. We didn't have that before. And so for us, working with Mr. Foamer, we looked for a sign that had a very small footprint, could work in any tunnel, in any site configuration, because we need to be able to have it work in any type of environment. And so we landed on what are called lollipop signs. And those lollipop signs, big impact, small footprint, and now we can convey that we're getting a hot wax, we're receiving like ceramic or graphene or a tire shine. We didn't have that signage before, and so it really just created it heightened our overall customer experience inside the tunnel. We've been doing all those things, and now we have a consistency in our branding, but also a consistency in the way that the customer experience is across the country.
So I know that at Sonny's, we've got a lot of different distribution companies around the country.
Correct.
And I know it's always nice. I've got a car wash up in Stewart. It's always nice to be able to pick up the phone and call back up, and apparently you did that.
Yes, and I think that was really Sonny's secret weapon in terms of the distributor network that you have across the country. They were there from a localized level at each of our districts. Those distributors would come in and they would help us with the removal of old signage, the installation of new signage. And I can tell you that they were professional, they were courteous, they were quick, they were expedient, they were efficient in how they came into our tunnels. And so again, marshaling that type of manpower across the country and having them execute a level of service that was, that, like I said, was beyond our expectations, couldn't have worked out better for us. And that really was, like I said, your secret weapon to help us finish the complete conversion from Zips 2.0 in 6 months.
Did you do anything for the customers that pulled up on those days? Any giveaways?
We really didn't have to, because we were only shut down for maybe a couple hours at a time. And the customers saw that something kind of was going on and happening, and so that got them excited when they came through and they saw the new signage. It was kind of a surprise and delight.
Tell me, how was the response? Did you get a lot of customer response?
It was fantastic, yeah. So everything from, we added a fragrance up front. We had that first hit the cars. Customers loved it, team members loved it. At the same time, they could see a visible difference in the show. I call it the show, but the actual application of the chemistry was I think head and shoulders over what they've seen before. So customers noticed and they came back and voted with repeat business.
So the results seem to be good, right? It is 260, almost 300 stores.
Correct.
I've myself owned a couple stores. I've got one now, about to build another one. What's the time frame, do you think, before something gets stale and you need to do a refresh? Is it 3 years, 5 years? Would you recommend people to look at it, to do something like that?
Most definitely, and as a former tunnel owner and operator as well, I think having, I would call it the show, the customer experience inside the theaters, as you would call it. I think anytime you can add that additional element, it gives the soccer moms, the kids, the families that come through, something to look forward to. So I think if you have if you've gone through acquisitions and you're able to then formulate a plan to make a consistent branding across those different acquisitions, different sites and different tunnels, I would highly recommend to come to Sonny's, Mr. Foamer, and Diamond Shine. All three, I think, were in collaboration, helped us to achieve that. And so I would recommend it for any owner operator that has a wherewithal to be able to then bring their branding under one roof and using Sonny's to do that.
I think it's important to let all the other operators out there in the world to know that you've got to keep it fresh, right?
Got to keep it fresh.
There's car washes being built on many street corners around the country.
Correct.
And if you don't keep up with the Joneses and the new car wash goes in, you better start thinking about the facelift, because you've got to kind of keep it up. I think that's really the way to go.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we've done a great job. It's a huge effort to get this all done. This was Zips 2.0.
Yes.
What is Zips 3.0, Luke?
Well, it's never ending, right? And so for us, whether it's 3.0 or 4.0, we're going to continually look to how we can improve our tunnels and improve the customer experience. And so, that might be remodels, that might be other Phoenix type operations for a certain site that has a great location. But for us, we're already starting to look at how we formulate plans for, as you mentioned, 3.0. So stay tuned.
Can't wait. Thanks so much. We really appreciate your time and letting us come down here and dig around.
Thank you so much.
Zips Express Car Wash and their Zips Me 2.0 project is a case study in one of my all-time favorite quotes. The harder you work, the luckier you get. Zips set out to deliver cleaner, drier, shinier cars to happier customers from more successful employees. And I have to say, they nailed it. I'm proud of Sonny's team and their commitment to supporting Zips' growth. And I appreciate David Miller and everyone here at Zips for their willingness to open their doors and share what they have achieved to help benefit the entire industry. The runway is wide open for professional car washing. And I look forward to seeing you all once again real soon. And as always, good luck and good washing.